Welcome to the Tinley Chamber Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Garrett for this fine month of August. And today, we have three great guests from the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce. So without further ado, let's get to the guests. My first guest is the owner of and educator at Our Little Munchkins Home Daycare. Please welcome to the show, Sharon Miller. Welcome to the show, Sharon.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on the show. Now, could you tell us a little bit about Our Little Munchkins Home Daycare?
Well, I opened up the daycare 9 years ago, and it is a home daycare located in Tinley Park. And the reason why I did it was because I've been an educator for years, and I was tired of seeing the kids fall through the cracks and tired of seeing schools dumb down education, and I wanted to do things my way. So I opened up the daycare, and it's been going strong, and we're having a lot of fun.
Excellent. So could you tell me a little bit about your background in education?
I've been a special ed educator for years and years, and I decided to open up the daycare along with my daughter. And my daughter's a CNA who decided to come and jump on board with me, and we're having a good time working together.
That's good. So you like working with your daughter. That's good.
We do. We have a lot of fun, lots of laughs. I see that she's learned a lot of the things from me, so sometimes it's almost like I'm talking because she sounds just like me. And I think sometimes she feels like she's getting older because she's like, oh my gosh, I sound just like Mom.
Well, that's funny. But it's true. I guess kids will pick up their parents' habits. But that's a good testament to your facility. So now, in terms of your daycare, is it fully certified?
It is. We're licensed with the state of Illinois and DCFS. Okay. And we are held up to the same standards that the big box commercial daycares are.
Okay. Now, how does Our Little Munchkins Daycare stack up against these big box daycares, as you call them?
Well, I just kind of feel that if you are taking your child to a commercial daycare, you're paying a lot more than what you need to pay. And also, they tend to move the children around, I say, like cattle, from one activity to another. And there's teachers that come in and out of the rooms that sometimes aren't with them in the afternoon, they might be with them in the morning. And we're with them, my daughter and I, all day long. So when a parent comes to pick them up in the evening and might have a question for us, we can answer it because we've been with them all day long. We know what they ate, we know if they slept, we know how they did with their schoolwork. I just feel like they get an awful lot of attention. Our adult-child ratio is 6-to-1.
Oh, wow.
So they're getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, and that's good to get that specialized care from adults because those are formative years for the children. Now, what ages do you guys typically take in at the daycare?
We take them as young as 6 weeks.
Wow.
And then up until 12 years old.
Wow.
Now, of course, the 12-year-olds are at school, so we provide before and after school care. Now during the summer months, a lot of those older children are with us all day, which they just love because then they're swimming and doing all the outside activities with us. And some of those kids have been with us for years since they were little.
Wow. So tell me a little bit. So you have some outdoor activities and obviously you have some educational activities as well. First off with the education, how do you tailor an education program to that wide range of kids from 6 weeks to 12 years?
Well, the babies, of course, they have tummy time, and what's nice about having a home daycare is you're not in a commercial daycare where the 2-year-olds are in a 2-year-old room, 3-year-olds are in a 3-year-old room. So our kids are all together all the time. So they have role models. So the 2-year-olds can look up to the 4-year-olds and learn from them. So that's why I'm such an advocate for home daycare. And so typically our preschool and our toddler program starts at 8:30 in the morning. And we start out with the calendar and the weather board, and they get a chance to go up there and actually put things on the calendar, dress Bobby and Susie on the weather board, and they get a lot of time to go up there and do that because if they were at a commercial facility, they might be called up once a month.
Oh, okay.
But this way, they're called up frequently.
Yeah.
After that, we go into our circle time, which is where we do all of our songs and our dancing, a lot of puppet play. And then after that, we break up into individual groups. And my daughter does all of the arts and crafts, and I do all the academics. And everything is based around that certain child. So it's not like I Xerox out, 10 or 12 worksheets. Yeah. I sit down every weekend, and it's like each child has their own individual program. So if 2 or 3 can do one worksheet and one's falling a little bit behind, I make sure that, I meet their needs. So no one gets lost in the cracks.
Excellent, excellent. So that sounds very, very detail-oriented in terms of getting the kid the care they need. And that's excellent. Now, your daughter, what is her function at the daycare?
She is into arts and crafts. She lives at Joann Fabrics and Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and she just loves to go on Pinterest and find crafts that have to do with our theme or have to do with a holiday. And we just recently made Mr. Harry.
Oh,
and
okay.
Mr. Harry was a pop bottle that we filled up with mud, and then we put grass seed in and little googly eyes and a nose, and we had a little contest to see who could grow the hair the biggest, and then the kids gave him haircuts. And so our crafts
So like a
are
chia
not,
pet, right?
like a chia pet, exactly.
wow.
But it's something more than just a piece of paper and a paintbrush, and here, splatter some paint on it. It's something more that they can bring home and be proud of.
Right, and they nurture that, right? Like, how long did it take for the hair to grow on Mr. Harry?
It took a good 2 weeks or
yeah,
so.
that's
and,
good.
Yeah.
But it gives them something to anticipate and take care of.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Now, I hear you don't only do the education. I hear there's a piano at your daycare. Could you tell the people about that?
There is. We have music time where we do a lot of singing and dancing. And the reason why I do this is because I've seen too many children over the years that at their kindergarten Christmas play, they stand up and they're nauseous and they're so nervous, and sometimes they cry for their mom and dad. So I feel that if we start them now performing, that's what we do. So August 12th, we're putting on a big show, and we do this every year. And my daughter jokes around with me and tells me it's my Broadway production because I take it that seriously. And no matter what their age is, they have a part in this show. And we usually do 12 to 14 songs with dances.
Wow.
So we're doing a lot of choreography. There's costume changes.
Wow.
They get to invite grandparents, aunts, uncles. One little girl invited their pastor. And they come and they see the show. And then we have a barbecue and a pool party afterwards.
Excellent. So this happens all in the backyard?
Yep.
Oh, wow. So the pool now, do the kids get to enjoy the pool? I mean, the ones who are of age during the summer months?
They all swim, no matter how old they are.
Wow.
Yes, they're all in Coast Guard approved life jackets, and we swim almost daily.
Great. No, and when I was raised, our mother had us in swim lessons since we were like babes. So, and it's a nice thing to have where you're comfortable around the water and you're safer around the water when you're in that type of environment. But so, with that, you mentioned to me off camera about kids these days having too much glass time. Could you explain to the viewers what that means?
Yes, my parents always see me going like this, and I always say this is glass time. Sometimes they walk in at 6 o'clock in the morning and they have mom or dad's phone, or they have their pad with them, and you have to pry it out of their hands to get rid of it. And then when the parents pick them up, that's what they want right away. And I just feel kids are not learning how to write. They're spending just way too much time on all of their devices, and they're not able to socialize. So sometimes I'm getting these kids from these big box commercial places that they just can't communicate. They go sit in a corner and they want to curl up with an iPad or a phone, and they don't want to interact with the others. So we get them interacting.
Good, yeah, because those devices can make you totally disengaged from the people around you. So Sharon, we just have a little bit of time. Can you tell the folks out here, is there a message that you want to tell the viewers today?
Sure. Well, first of all, I just want to invite you to come out and visit us at our Little Munchkins Home Daycare, where we can provide a fun-filled educational day for your child and give you peace of mind while you're away.
Well, thank you for your time, Sharon. We appreciate having you on the show. That's our Little Munchkins Home Daycare. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
My second guest is the president and CEO of the Chicago Southland Convention and Visitors Bureau. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Jim Garrett. Welcome to the show, Jim.
Delighted to be here.
Delighted to have you. Now, could you tell the audience about the Chicago Southland Convention and Visitors Bureau? What's it all about?
Well, we are the official destination marketing and management agency for the entire Chicago Southland region. It's a pretty big area, from Midway Airport, south to Peatone, Indiana border to Joliet. Within this area, we have 62 municipalities, and our job is to bring into the region conventions, trade shows, sporting events. We have right at 6,000
Wow.
hotel rooms, And our job is to help fill those hotel rooms, heads and beds. Because when out-of-towners come into town, obviously they spend money for hotels, go to restaurants, buy gas, go to retail, which creates jobs for the region. We have just under 11,000 jobs in the Chicago Southland.
Wow.
in the hospitality industry. So it's a significant economic impact driver for our region. So that's basically what we do. We have a staff of 11. Our offices are located in Lansing. We're partially funded through the state hotel tax and local hotel tax. So local citizens don't pay into this.
Okay.
But we receive the funds. Those funds are generated to go out and bring those events into town. We go to 29 industry trade shows throughout the United States. It's all about establishing trust relationship with potential customers. When we go to these trade shows, we meet one-on-one, face-to-face with these potential meeting planners. We assess what are their needs, what are their rotation patterns, what are their dates, what is it they're looking for. We gather that information, we start working it, identifying how we can get closer to that relationship to the point we may bring them in here for a site tour, potentially see Tinley Park Convention Center. Would this fit for them? And if it fits, then we get closer and closer and try to get them locked in. I've always had a philosophy that it's like you bring somebody over to your home for dinner.
Yeah.
You want the place to look really sharp. They come in, they have a wonderful meal. And when they leave, you want to say, they had a great experience. I cannot wait to come back. And I'm going to tell somebody else. And our center focus is to convey that to all of our hotels from the standpoint of hospitality. Good example, Tinley Park Convention Center, we have great partnerships with them because we bring a lot of business there. And the thing is, they really, really work hard, focused on hospitality. And when those groups come in and they leave, we want them to return. And we've been very, very fortunate because of the great service that the hotel provides, that happens. And we want our full-service hotels, our limited service hotels, our restaurants. Think about when you go into a restaurant and they treat you really, really special, right. You want to come back.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to convey the value of hospitality, warmth, friendliness, and embracement to all the customers that come to our region.
Wow. So how long, this sounds like a very involved process. How long is this process typically to find that client's right fit?
Well, it's interesting. Conventions don't just happen.
No.
It takes a lot of work. And usually it could take anywhere from a development time period from 3 to 4 to 5 years, even longer.
Wow.
And the one of the benefits that we have is, say, for example, if you've got a customer that's really satisfied, we encourage that customer to tell another customer that helps generate more business that comes into town. It's pretty basic sales, but it is. I've got a highly trained staff. We have almost 200 years of combined experience at our office. Wow. They have a passion. Nobody leaves. They love working there.
That's good.
And I do too. I've been doing this for 35 plus years.
Wow.
And been here just starting my 21st year. And I can't wait to get in every morning. Okay, what's new? What's the challenge? What are we going to figure out today? And it's fun. We also are very, very engaged with our legislators in Springfield. We're keenly in tune with legislation that may affect our organization or the industry one way or the other. It could be issues of hotel tax. It could be beverage tax, which has a flow to all of it affects our restaurants. So there's certain things that we are in opposition to. We convey that information to the governmental entities. We do have a very, very strong presence with our state legislators. They know what we do. If we need something, we pick up the phone. They help us out, or they can't help us out. We convey to them what our positions are on certain issues, and it's just a day-to-day ongoing process.
Wow.
And nothing happens the same day twice. Something new is always happening, and we're always looking for challenges. We're very engaged in product development. We work with hotel developers, hotel investors, trying to make a fit for a potential new site location for a hotel. We work with IDOT on signage, Total Authority on signage. We try to be a full 360 resource for people that may need something. For a good example, HITS, the event that's taking place in Balmoral Park, which is now evolving into an international equestrian sports complex for horse jumping. Incredible. They've put literally millions of dollars into that project. And as a result of what they've done, it will be becoming a major destination, international destination for horse jumping competition. They put in several $1 million in doing major renovation. And the nice thing about that is when those out-of-town people come in, they've got to find a place to stay.
Yeah.
Tinley Park is a great location. It's not that far from Balmoral Park.
Right.
And it can be a great combination. Whether those customers use a full-service hotel like the Tinley Park Holiday Inn Select or one of the limited service properties in Tinley Park or in the surrounding areas, be it Matson, Mokina, Monee, Lansing. So we don't play favorites. We just say, here they are. We want you to use those facilities.
Now, what are some of the other, you mentioned Tinley Park, what are some of the other aspects of Tinley Park that makes it attractive to a potential client to bring their business?
Well, the convention center is number one, but you also have the Hollywood Amphitheater,
yes,
which is a major draw. And I know that Tinley Park is going to be evolving into a music type thing.
That's correct.
We're very engaged. We want to be very engaged in that. One of the things that we're involved is branding.
Yes.
So we partner with them and we can help that and elevate the value and visibility of Tinley Park so that people are more aware of the cool things that there are to do in Tinley Park. Not only that, but the restaurant balance is really, really important. So say, for example, they evolve the downtown area to a fun musical kind of place, it will become a destination.
Correct.
And that's what you want to do. And it takes a lot of effort, energy, and partnerships to make that happen. Our responsibility, when we bring conventions into Tinley Park, those people, those delegates, are going to want to find something to do.
Yeah.
If the music is there, it's fine. It's not totally sustainable because I think they have winter in Illinois.
Oh, of course. Yes, that's right.
So what's great would be if we could find a sustainable destination for the entire Chicago Southland region. That would be good. We have Toyota Park in Bridgeview that's for soccer. It's not totally sustainable because it's summer times. So finding those kind of things to make people come in is very important to us.
And I think it would be such an involved process. Like, do you have, people have to come and visit to search out and make note of these, but do you have software that helps you make these determinations when you have different candidates?
We have a major database system. Mm-hmm. It's called SimpleView. We literally have thousands of database information that gives us a profile of literally hundreds, if not thousands, of potential pieces of business that we get. When we go to these trade shows, we come back, we input that information, and we make an assessment. Can that work in the Chicago Southland? If it does, we gather the information, we disseminate that, and then forward that to all of our hotels to say, here's a piece of business. Can you handle it? Yes, no. And then we start working with them together to see what we can do to create that match. That's what we have to do.
Awesome. Well, Jim, we're running out of time. Is there a message you want to convey to the viewers?
Well, I guess I want to say how much we appreciate the value of Tinley Park. It's been an incredible partnership. We've been working with them for many, many years. We look forward to that continuing for a long, long time. And it's been fun. It's been a great relationship. And we're going to have that going on and on for hopefully many, many more years to come.
Okay, excellent. If the viewers want to know more about the Chicago Southland Convention and Visitors Bureau, please go online to www.tinleychamber.org or call us at 708-532-5700. Jim, we thank you for your time.
Thank you.
My last guest is the Executive Director for the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce. Please welcome to the show, Jackie Bobbitt. Welcome to the show, Jackie.
Thanks for having me.
So, Jackie, tell us a little bit about the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce and what does it do?
So, funnily enough, when I first started at the Chamber, I knew nothing about what a Chamber of Commerce was. So this has been a learning experience for me. I've been here for 2.5 years now already. It seems to have flown by. But what we do is we're here to help the local businesses. We want to see our businesses in Tinley Park succeed. We want to offer them education. We want to offer them opportunity to get their names out there and just help them with whatever they might need. Our biggest perk is networking. We are all about having that face-to-face conversation, telling each other about businesses, and so we like to offer events that do just that.
Okay, excellent. Now, how many businesses approximately are in the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce right now?
We have about 400, just around 400 members right now, so we're doing well, and it scratches the surface of Tinley Park,
Oh.
so we're hoping to get more people on board and get them excited about what we do.
So for 2.5 years, you probably know a lot of people in Tinley Park by first name basis when you go into a business.
I sure do. I
That's
sure
good.
do.
So are you a people person?
I love talking to people.
Well, there you go. I think that's a right fit
Yes.
for that type of work. Excellent. Now, you mentioned the different events that the Chamber does. Can you tell us some of the upcoming events and some of the past events?
Yeah, so we actually just hosted our 59th annual golf outing in the middle of July, so that was really exciting. We're really excited for the big 6-0 next year,
Yeah.
so we're gonna definitely up the ante for that one.
That's good.
Coming up in August 13th, we have our bag crawl, which we've been doing for 7 years, I believe. And it features our downtown Tinley area. You go up and down Oak Park Avenue. You visit a bunch of local restaurants that are all Chamber members.
Awesome.
We feature some food from some Chamber members, and it's just a great time to go out, enjoy the beautiful weather, enjoy the company, nice Sunday afternoon activity, and play some bags.
That's excellent. What's the route you have to do for the crawl? I mean, approximately, is it a mile and a half?
You know what? When you're having a good time, you don't measure that.
I guess that's true. And one of the events the Chamber does that's ultra popular here is the Brew and Vine. And I think this year, again, the parking lot was filled to capacity.
We were sold out again. It was wonderful.
Yeah, you guys are doing something right, that's for sure. Now, I hear there's some new things going on with the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce. You just upgraded your website. Could you tell the audience about that?
We did. This has been a long, long time coming project, but we were super excited to have it done. It's been one of those projects that we really just wanted to get it updated and make it work better for our members and feature our events better and feature our member businesses better. And so that's just what we did. We spent the time to do it right.
Excellent.
And we're really proud of it. So
check it out. It's www.tinleychamber.org.
Yep.
That's right. Now, I also know the building actually got a facelift too. I was in the other day.
Yes.
Could you tell the people about that?
This is one of my favorite projects we've been working on. That building, as far as I know, has been painted in 2004. It's the last time that we've had that building painted, freshened up.
Yeah.
And so this year we decided that it was time for a little freshening up, and so we got rid of the beige and the green and we went chamber blue.
That's good.
So it makes the building look much bigger. It's cleaner. It just feels way more professional. So we are very excited to have that. And there's some other projects in the works that's going to update that as well. So we're looking forward to those changes.
Okay, excellent. So I also heard there's some new maybe marketing materials that are going to be put in effect and possibly even a newsletter,
Yes.
if rumor has it correct.
So the newsletter is a fun project as well. We haven't done that since about 2014.
Wow.
So we're looking to bring back some of the things that we haven't done in a while and just see what the response is. We want to get more information about our chamber members out to local businesses, local residents, and that's just one of the ways we can do that. So we're updating our marketing material to go along with our building facelift and our website facelift, and it's going to be a whole new ball game here.
So who's contributing to the newsletter?
So the newsletter is going to be a little bit of everything. We're going to have opportunities for our chamber members to get involved and actually put their logo and information in there. But we're also going to feature our events. We're going to feature some education pieces so that it's not only putting our members out there, but giving them a little bit of substance to go with it.
Excellent. Now, typically, where does the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce members meet? And how often?
So we do have a monthly meeting. That's the last Thursday of every month with the exception of December. And November we tend to move around depending on where Thanksgiving falls.
Of course.
But consistently the last Thursday every month, 8:15 in the morning at the Odyssey. And we host a monthly meeting. And the goal of that meeting is to give all of our members a takeaway. So we have a guest speaker that offers some sort of educational portion of our meeting. And then, of course, networking.
Oh,
we leave that
absolutely.
time for our chamber members to talk to each other. We introduce our new chamber members, and we get them right into the mix of things.
Excellent. Now, how does one become a member of the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce?
It's fairly simple. There's a couple options. On our new website, you can do it electronically, which we did not have the fortune of having before, so that's exciting. But you can also download that membership form, fill it out, bring it in, mail it in, fax it in, you name it. We are more than willing to help you get involved.
Excellent. And they can call the office,
Absolutely.
the chamber office, right? Tell the folks the number, Jackie.
So the phone number is 708-532-5700.
And when you call, ask for Jackie. She'll be the one picking up the phone. So you can ask for her personally. Now, the Chamber of Commerce has so many wide array of businesses, and they span a gamut. Could you tell us some of the businesses? Like even on the show today, we had a home daycare, and then we had a Chicago Southland Convention and Visitors Bureau that's cast a wide net. So, what are some of the businesses involved with the chamber as well?
You name it, we have it. Anything from insurance to your local restaurants to art studios, plumbers, you name it, we have it. I always encourage people to go to our website, look at our directory. It breaks it down into categories. So when you are looking for a local business, that's what we're here for. We want to promote those local businesses, and we want to keep that money here in Tinley Park.
Absolutely.
And so we encourage people to look at our chamber directory when they're looking for any kind of business.
Absolutely, that should be their first
Absolutely. Shop
first
local.
resource. Absolutely, I agree. Now, in terms of the Tinley Chamber of Commerce, and you've been working here for 2.5 years, but I know this is your first time on the show.
Yes.
How come it took you so long to be on our show?
You know, there's a lot of things that have to happen behind the scenes. So I'm really excited to be able to share what we have going on right now, which is why this is a perfect opportunity at this point in time. I've been able to experience the chamber as a one-person office. I'm lucky enough to have 2 wonderful ladies in the office helping me now, Beth and Diane. And this is a great opportunity for me to get out, and my goal is to start getting out there visiting our businesses, and we want to know what people like about the chamber. We want to know what they want from the chamber. We want to be able to be that chamber that people are getting benefit from. So we are definitely looking to get into the community more, and this is a good start.
Absolutely, and it sounds like that's a good sign that the chamber is growing internally.
yes.
Takes a little bit of pressure off of you, but you also can extend a further reach.
Yeah.
Well, you know, what are some of the perks? You mentioned networking. I think that's so huge with some of these events where you're not talking business. You're doing a bag crawl or you're at the Brew and Vine. But also, I know being on the TV show is a perk as well to people to promote their businesses.
Absolutely.
But is there any other perks that you can think of?
We offer perks all over. We like to encourage our members to do member-to-member benefits so that we can see chamber members using chamber members, which is always exciting. We do have a number of our members that encourage each other to shop at their own places, which is great. The cable show, of course, is one of our absolute favorites to promote, because what a better way to get your business out there for a month. It's on our Facebook page, it's on our website. You can share it on your website. And I
Absolutely.
mean, video is huge right now. So this is a really great benefit for our members. Networking. We've talked about this multiple times. I can't encourage people to get involved more. It's the best thing you can do for your business. Get out there and tell people about it.
Absolutely, Jackie. Well, we thank you for being on the show. And if you want to know more about the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce and the businesses that were displayed on today's show, please visit tinleychamber.org or call Jackie here and ask for her personally at 708-532-5700. Well, that's our show. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month.